So to both of the teams, I know I've read for both of you all already earlier today. Do you have any questions or issues, anything you want to bring up? Oh, yes, of course. Basically what yes. Yeah, but yeah, they'll be on the entire line, so. Yeah, I mean, certainly, if you put something as you're conferring, feel free to do that. The most important thing I would say is definitely speak loudly and clearly. It's probably easy for me to hear you, not necessarily easy for them. So definitely use the microphone for that when you're giving your answer. That's probably going to be kind of a cue to me as well. But again, I'll be watching as far as that you're doing things as the match is going on. So, but yeah, other than that, speak loudly and clearly. And you're both great teams. I'm sure we're going to have a great match. So, any questions? Good luck to everyone. Thank you. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2016 edition of the Marines Junior ROTC National Academic Bowl Championship, the third edition, I believe, that we've conducted of this. On my right, the number 2 seed with a 3-1 record from New Orleans, Louisiana, Jesuit High School. And on my left, from San Diego, California, the number 1 seed with an undefeated 4-0 record, University City High School. At stake here in this championship match is not just the bragging rights of being the Marines Junior ROTC National Academic Bowl champion, but also the right to compete tomorrow late afternoon in the Joint Service Championship against the winning teams from the Navy and the Army and the Air Force. So ultimate bragging rights are definitely on the line in that match. To both of the teams, do you have any questions for me? Seeing none, before we begin, we'll check the buzzers, starting with Jesuit High School. If you could please ring in and, using the microphone, give your name and your year in school, please.
Giovanni LaRusso, Jr.
Donald Barrett, Jr.
John Croson, Senior.
Matthew Richards, Jr.
Adam Sonlicker, Senior.
Matthew Mahalik, Senior.
Daniel Fitchman, Senior.
Joshua Maggart, Senior.
All right, teams, again, congratulations on getting to this point in competition. We begin this 4-quarter match with the first quarter, consisting of 8 toss-up questions worth 10 points each. Both teams, hands on your buzzers. Best of luck. Here we go with toss-up number 1. Pencil and paper ready. A soccer club is in a 4-team round-robin tournament and needs to know its win-loss record, given that each of the other 3 teams finished with 1 win and 2 losses. Since total wins and total losses must equal each other, one can find what record. You have 10 seconds to ring in. University City.
2-1.
That is incorrect. 5 seconds to ring in, Jesuit. I'm sorry, that is time. 3-0 is the correct answer. Question 2. Calculations for some of these properties require use of the Van't Hoff factor, abbreviated I. These properties include osmotic pressure and freezing point depression. Name this type of property that depends only on the number, not the type, of solute particles present.
Colligative properties?
That is correct for 10 points. Let's go ahead and check the buzzer system to make sure it's working again, starting with University City on the end. We're going to make sure everything is still in good order. All right, thank you. Toss-up number 3. This artist painted a bride and groom leaning against a giant chicken in The Betrothed and the Eiffel Tower. He depicted inverted homes in a painting whose foreground is dominated by the large faces of a sheep and a green man. Name this Jewish painter of I and the Village. University City. Marc Chagall is correct for 10 points. Number 4, pencil and paper ready. James needs to know the value of x such that 2 raised to the x power times 2 raised to the negative third power equals 32. By recalling the rules of exponential arithmetic and noting that 32 equals 2 to the 5th power, he finds what value for x? You have 10 seconds. Five seconds. Jesuit. Answer, please.
2 to the 8th power.
That is incorrect. 5 seconds to ring in. University City.
7 2/3.
That's also incorrect. The correct answer is x equals 8. We were looking for the value of x. There. Question number 5. Allen's rule states that the morphology of these animals differs according to climate. These organisms exhibit thermoregulation behaviors such as shivering. Endotherms is an alternate term for these animals. What type of animal internally generates its own heat? University City.
Mammals?
That is incorrect. Its own heat. 5 seconds to ring in. Jesuit. Answer, please.
Warm-blooded.
Warm-blooded is what we're going for there. Good for 10 points. Question number 6. This state's last royal governor was Ben Franklin's son, William. Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton dueled in this... Jesuit.
New York.
That is incorrect. I'll continue. Dueled in this state where a Revolutionary War battle followed George Washington's crossing of the Delaware River. Name this state where the Battle of Trenton was. University City.
New Jersey.
New Jersey is correct for 10 points. Question number 7, pencil and paper ready, teams. Hazel needs to know the period of the function y equals 4 plus the sine of 6x. She knows that the period of the sine of x is 2 pi, and given that information, she's able to calculate what period of y equals 4 plus the sine of 6x. You have 10 seconds to ring in. University City.
Pi thirds?
That is correct. Pi over 3, 1/3 pi, all of those acceptable for 10 points. Teams, this is the last toss-up question of the first quarter. The mother of these individuals was Rhea Silvia, though they were raised by Faustulus and Acca Laurentia. After these two people were born, they were abandoned in the Tiber River and University City.
Romulus and Remus.
That is correct for 10 points, and that is the end of the first quarter. Score has been confirmed as matching what I believe we have streaming online. Unfortunately, I can't see that in front of me. Okay. There we go. Over on the sides of the stage. Thank you very much. Okay. Teams, the second quarter consists of 4 toss-up questions worth 10 points each, followed by 3-part bonuses, each totaling 30 points. Remember, if you don't get the toss-up question, listen carefully for the opportunity to possibly steal on a bounce-back opportunity should the first team miss. Both teams ready? Here is the first toss-up of quarter number 2. An anamorphic depiction of one of these items appears at the bottom of Hans Holbein's painting, The Ambassadors. While holding one of these items, a Danish prince laments, "Alas, poor Yorick," in Hamlet. Name this body. University City.
A skull.
Skull is correct for 10 points. We'll put the bonus lights on here. Don't worry, they're going to flash like that. It's okay. Answer the following about the British poet Wilfred Owen. For 5 points, Owen's poems described the horrors of trench combat that he witnessed during this 20th century war.
World War I.
World War I is correct for 5. Now for 10. Owen described the agonizing death of a gas attack victim in this poem, which takes its title from a Latin phrase meaning, "It is sweet and noble to die for one's country." Captain, your answer, please.
No answer.
No answer. Over to Jesuit. I need an answer.
Nobilis pugnabat sucre.
It's a good effort.
Patris.
Dulce et decorum est is the name of the poem. Back over to University City for the 15-point part. Owen asked, "What passing bells for these who die as cattle?" at the beginning of a poem titled Anthem for This Type of Youth.
Slain.
Incorrect. Jesuit. Answer?
Enslaved.
Also incorrect. Doomed is the right answer there. Anthem for Doomed Youth. 5 points to University City on the bonus. We'll go to toss-up question number 2. Pencil and paper ready. Lucinda just planted a 6-inch tall tree and needs to know what its total height in inches will be in 5 years, given that it should grow 1 foot per year. By converting feet to inches and adding its current height, she finds what future height in Yes, University City.
66 inches.
66 inches is correct for 10 points. Again, we'll put the bonus lights on here for you for this bonus. Pencil and paper ready. Consider a regular pentagon. You'll have 10 seconds per part. For 5 points, how many sides does a regular pentagon have?
5.
It is 5. That's why we give you 5 points for it. For 10 now, what is the sum of the measure of the internal angles of a regular pentagon?
360.
That is incorrect. Jesuit? I need an answer.
480.
Also incorrect. 540 degrees is the right answer. Back to University City for 15. How many diagonals are within any convex pentagon? Again, 10 seconds here.
10.
That is incorrect. Jesuit? Answer.
6.
6 is incorrect as well. 5 is the right answer there. So again, 5 points for University City on that bonus. Toss-up question number 3. Hands on your buzzers, teams. The primary text for this religion was compiled by Arjun Dev. This religion began when the phrase, "There is neither Hindu nor Muslim, but only man," was spoken by Nanak. Name this religion that follows the holy book Adi Granth, which is treated as its 11th guru. Jesuit.
Sikhism.
That is incorrect. 5 seconds to ring in. University City.
Jainism.
Also incorrect. Sikhism is the right answer on that one. Number 4. In this organ, Brunner's glands secrete urogastrone. This organ, which is the most common one to become inflamed in Crohn's disease, includes the ileum and jejunum. The duodenum is the first section of what Jesuit.
Large intestine.
That's incorrect. I'll continue. Or not. University City.
Small intestine.
It is the small intestine for 10 points, yes. All right, your bonus. This country has the highest percentage of atheists in Europe. For 5 points, the playwright Václav Havel was the first president of what Central European country, which split from neighboring Slovakia in the 1993 Velvet Divorce?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic is good for 5. Now for 10. The Vltava River flows through this capital of the Czech Republic.
Prague.
Prague is correct, and for 15 and a sweep of the bonus, Prague is the capital of this historical region of the Czech Republic. It is larger than its eastern neighbor, Moravia.
Bohemia.
Bohemia is correct for a 30-point sweep of the bonus. Very well done. And teams, we are at halftime. That is the end of the second quarter. Score is confirmed that it is Jesuit with 10, University City 120. So Jesuit, since you trail, you get the first selection here in the give and take round. The round consists of 4 sets of bonus questions for you and only you. There are no bounce backs in the third quarter. Since you trail, you get the first opportunity to pick one category to take for yourself and one to give to your opponents. We'll play those 2 categories out, and then after that, University City will have their selections to give and take from the remaining 2 categories. The 4 categories available in this game are Greek heroes, greatest common divisors, light and sound, and finally, French defeat. So of those 4 categories, Jesuit, which one do you wish to take for yourselves, and which one do you wish to give to University City?
Okay, we will take Greek heroes. We would like to give light and sound.
All right, you are taking Greek heroes, so we will start with that category first. After this hero killed Hector, he desecrated Hector's corpse by dragging it behind a chariot. For 5 points, name this mythical Greek hero who died when an arrow struck his heel, which was his only vulnerable spot.
Achilles.
Achilles is good for 5 points. For 10 now. This prince of Troy, who shares his name with a European city, shot the arrow that slew Achilles. He sparked the Trojan War by abducting Helen.
Aeneas.
Paris is the right answer there. For 15, Achilles' heel was vulnerable because it was the only part of the hero's body that had not been touched by this river of the Greek underworld.
Styx.
It is the river Styx for 15, and for 20, Achilles was one of many Greek heroes who were educated by Chiron, the wisest and most noble of these beings.
Centaur.
Centaur is correct, so you pick up the first and the last 2 for a total of 40 points on your category. Job well done. University City, we come over to you. They have given you light and sound. Sound does not consist of particles, but rather this phenomenon, a series of displacements in a medium of air. For 5 points, name this phenomenon that can be described in terms of amplitude and frequency.
Waves.
Waves is correct for 5. For 10 now. Light can also be understood as wave-like oscillations by an electric field and this other kind of field. Since this field and the electric field are both changing, they regenerate each other.
Magnetic field.
Correct? For 15 now. Because a sound wave causes the medium to move back and forth in the same direction that the wave moves in, sound waves are this specific kind of wave.
Non-transfer.
Incorrect, longitudinal or compression waves. Finally, for 20 points, the propagation of light waves can be deduced from the 4 equations governing electromagnetism named for this 19th century Scottish scientist.
Schrodinger.
Incorrect, James Maxwell is the answer there, called Maxwell's equations. You got the first 2 for 15 points on your category. University City, they've left 2 categories for you, greatest common divisors and French defeat.
We're going to give greatest common divisor and take French defeat.
All right, we will start with the category you are taking, which is French defeat. Jean-Jacques Dessalines defeated the French at the Battle of Vertières during this country's War of Independence. For 5 points, name this French-speaking Caribbean country that formed out of a successful slave revolt.
Haiti.
Haiti is correct for 5. Now for 10. The loss of Haiti factored in Napoleon's decision to sell New France to the U.S. through this 1803 transaction. which took place during Thomas Jefferson's presidency?
Louisiana Purchase.
Louisiana Purchase is correct for 15 now. This captured hero of the Haitian Rebellion, who authored Haiti's first constitution, died in French custody. Captain, your answer, please.
No answer.
Toussaint Louverture was his name. And finally, for 20, Alexandre Pétion, a later president of the Republic of Haiti, lent financial and military backing to this revolutionary, who overthrew the Spanish viceroyalty of New Granada. Captain, your answer, please.
Simon Bolivar.
Simon Bolivar is correct for 20 points there, so you get the first two and the last for a total of 35 on the category. Nice job. Jesuit, they've given you greatest common divisors. Pencil and paper ready. Answer these questions about greatest common divisors. For 5 points, what is the greatest common divisor of 30 and 40?
10.
10 is correct. For 10 points now, what is the greatest common divisor of any two prime numbers? Captain?
It would be the prime numbers themselves.
1 is the right answer. If A and B are prime, their factorizations are 1 times A and 1 times B. For 15 now, what other function applied to two numbers denoted A and B must equal the product of A and B divided by the greatest common divisor of A and B? Captain, your answer, please.
4.
The least common multiple is the term we're looking for there. And finally, for 20 points, what is the value of x if x is the smallest integer greater than 1 such that the greatest common divisor of 60 and x equals 1? You have 10 seconds. Captain, your answer, please.
61.
Incorrect. 7 is the right answer there. 60 is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, but not 7. You do get the first one for 5 points, and that's the end of the give and take round.
Yeah.
I see the signal from the back of the room that the score has been confirmed. Jesuit with 55, University City with 170. Teams, the fourth quarter consists of 8 toss-ups worth 20 points each. So 160 points are still possible here. Hands on your buzzers. Here we go with number 1. In 2016, the AIMS, who monitors this region, announced it was behind schedule on reducing its nitrogen runoff. High temperatures in this place have led to severe bleaching of its numerous coral species. Name this endangered ecosystem off the northeast coast of Australia. Jesuit.
Great Barrier Reef.
Great Barrier Reef is correct for 20 points. Number 2. The fulminate of this element was used by Alfred Nobel, University City.
Mercury.
Mercury is correct for 20 points. Good anticipation there. Number 3. This play's protagonist is scared by a vendor who sells flowers for the dead. Jesuit.
Streetcar Named Desire.
That's correct for 20 points. Might have been said in New Orleans. Number 4. The graph of y equals 1 over x is this type of shape. In this shape, the difference of the distance from a point to each of the foci is always the same. Jesuit. I need an answer.
Ellipse.
That is incorrect. I'll continue. This kind of conic section has an eccentricity greater than 1. What shape has asymptotes approached by 2 branches?
A hyperbola.
You do need to ring in. There we go.
A hyperbola.
Hyperbola is correct for 20 points, yes. Number 5. An assassination attempt against this man failed when George Osserote became inebriated. As president, this ex-military governor of Tennessee fired Edwin Stanton, violating the Tenure of Office Act. Jesuit.
Andrew Jackson.
That is incorrect. I'll continue. The first president to be impeached was what successor of Abraham Lincoln? University City.
Johnson.
Andrew Johnson is the right answer there for 20 points. Number 6. This UN language is the source of the Jewish dialect Ladino and is also related to Asturian and Galician. University City.
Spanish.
Spanish is correct for 20 points. Number 7. This composer allegedly ripped the title page off his Third Symphony after hearing that Napoleon had declared himself emperor. Another of his symphonies sets a Friedrich Schiller text about a daughter of Elysium. Name this composer of the Eroica Symphony and the Ode to Joy. University City. Your answer, please.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is correct for 20 points. This is the final toss-up of the match. An elector of Saxony with this name gave refuge to Martin Luther and was known as the Wise. A Holy Roman Emperor of this name who drowned during the Third Crusade.
Frederick.
Frederick or Friedrich is correct for a final 20 points, and that is the end of the game. Scorekeepers have confirmed we have a final score of Jesuit with 115 and University City with 270. University City, congratulations. We'll be seeing you back up here along with the champions of the Navy, the Air Force, and the Army at about 5 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll look forward to that very much. I know you all represented very well last year in the Joint Service Championship, and I know you're clamoring to beat the other 3 branches. So again, congratulations to both teams on a very well-played game, and we'll come back in a few minutes with the Navy Championship to follow in this room. Thank you.